the fashioner of transformation. E. Jyoti Prasad. Thou livest on as fresh as ever, in Assam's environs and her blue, across her hills, valleys and dales, in the gentle flow of her cascades. Thou livest on as vigilant as ever, in Assam's hubs and habitations, in her hearts and homes, in her every heart. Be they rich or poor, be they high or low, be they young or old, you throb in every heart. Thou livest on as fresh as ever, as vigilant as ever, and thus wilt live on forever, and thus wilt live on forever. It is you who ordained once, transformation alone makes world beautiful. E, the fashioner of transformation. E. Jyoti Prasad. We do scan the story of your life and find no sphere you did not touch nor enrich. You are a lyricist. You are a composer. You are a dramatist. You are an illustrator. You are a filmmaker. You are a poet. You are a thinker. You are a literature. You are a journalist. You are an artist. You are an actor. You are a rebel. You are a reformer. You are a philanthropist. You are an organizer. You are a philosopher. And you are a worshipper of art and culture of the masses. And a trader too, who brought flourish to the forefathers' callings, with his honest ardor and his zeal and passion. With your own enthused mind, with your own artist's consciousness, you awaken the masses, framing fresh forms. With hues of the arts and warmth of creation, for thou art the fashioner of transformation. You are the artist of transformation. You are the artist of the masses. You wander in the outer world, and through the eyes of an artist, look at the mother, our beloved land. You are back home, and then spread out our ways and culture to the outer world. You authored Honate Quarry while still 14, and entered the realm of the arts. You showed us the way to the world of films by filming Joymoti in 1935, and revealed to the world the worth of Assam's youths. We bow to you. We bow to you. We bow to you. We bow to you 100 times. Oh, Jyoti Prasad. We bow to you 100,000 times. Shower your blessings on us. The great world artist, let the light you shed all around light up the road for the state's future doyens of culture.
Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. This is not simply the name of a person. That worshipper of beauty whose lifelong intensive quest has resulted in the charting of the new horizon of an unprecedented age in the world of art, craft, literature and culture at the bank of the great Brahmaputra. That pure patriot artist in whose heart was swirling an indomitable pledge to recreate the society in a more beautiful form, whose artistic essence was one day transformed into a humanistic revolutionary sentiment. That unperishable unique talent is popularly known by the name Roopkuar Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. The forefathers of this extremely talented great artist used to live in Rajasthan. From the family of Dhanvanta Agarwala, Naurang Ram, the son of Hem Raja, arrived in his youth at Goalpara in Assam in search of his fortune. Naurang Ram, who came to Assam in 1830 itself, went thereafter from Goalpara to Vishwanath. Working there for a few days in a shop, he then went to Gomirighat. There, he started a new small shop. In 1832, Naurang Ram had married Hadori, the daughter of Kandura Rajkhua, an inhabitant of the Gomiri area, in accordance with the customs and rituals of an Assamese marriage. Immediately after his marriage, Naurang Ram had taken to the feet of the Vaishnava religion under the head of Gumdhar Hotra. Even after 10 long years of his marriage, Naurang Ram could not be fortunate enough to see the face of a son. So, in 1842, he married for the second time Hunpahi Hoikya from Sarikhelia. However, towards the end of that year, a baby boy was born in the womb of his first wife Hadori. They kept his name Bapiram. In the periods that followed, the same Bapiram went to become famous as Horibilah. In the meantime, in the womb of his second wife were born Kashiram in 1847 and then Thanuram in 1848. Horibilah's first son Vishnu Prasad and the fourth son Krishna Prasad were the regular writers for Junaki and for Lokminath Bejborua's Bahi. The famous translator of English literature Bhangoni Kuar Ananda Chandra Agarwala was also the nephew of Horibilah. Horibilah attended his education at Dibrugarh and at Calcutta and thereafter started his own tea estate at Tamulbari. Horibilah also followed the Assamese customs and rituals when he married the daughter of Bhadram Hazarika. Their twin life was gifted with 5 sons. For the welfare of the education of the sons, Horibilah had bought for himself landed property amounting to 5 bighas at Tejpur city. He named the huge residential building he built there Poki. Horibilah showed great reverence towards the rich heritage of the Assamese language, literature and culture. His mother Hadori was a woman considerably inclined towards religion. Following the sound advice of this particular lady, Horibilah Agarwala collected from various hotras the scriptural Hasipotia writings of Mahapuru Honkor Dev and Madhav Dev. After enough study and research being done, he got printed in the form of a book and published for the first time Kirtan, Dohom and Namgukha. It was not Horibilah alone, but his sons too were similarly respectful towards the Assamese literature and art culture. Published from the year 1889, Chandra Kumar Agarwala was also the publisher and the founder editor of the paper Chunaki. He was the one to publish Ahomia, Hadinia Ahomia and Tinidinia Ahomia from the new press building established at Kharguli. The eldest son of the musical exponent Paramananda Agarwala and his wife Kiranmoyi Agarwala is the great worshipper of beauty Roop Kaur Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. The other four sons of Paramananda are respectively Surya Prasad, Kamala Prasad, Vivekananda and Hridayananda. Jyoti Prasad was born in the year 1903. Born at the Tamulbari Tea Estate, Jyoti Prasad acquired his school education at Dibrugarh George High School, presently Nilomani Phukon Higher Secondary School, at Dibrugarh Government School and at Tejpur High School. During his studentship, he had the fortune of meeting Sahityarathi Lakshminath Bejborua. A few days after that, Chandra Kumar Agarwala had taken nephew Jyoti Prasad and his son Arun to Kolkata. At the occasion of the foundation day of Shanti Niketan, they got to listen to the fertile speech of the universal poet Rabindranath Tagore. In the year 1917, Jyoti Prasad had started the creation of his first play Hunit Kuori at the mere age of 14 years. He had formally named the work Danop Nandini. The name was next changed to Hunit Kumari before finally naming it Hunit Kuori.
উখাই যোগ্যজনকে আত্মসমৰ্পণ কৰিছিল মই মহাৰাজক কথাটো আগতে কৈছিলোঁ কিন্তু তেওঁ নুশুনিলে
মই মহাৰাজক কথাষাৰ শুনাওঁগৈ
কুজি মহাৰাজক কথাটো নকবি যেনে তেনে বুজাই বঢ়াই আমি ল'ৰাটো পঠিয়াই দিওঁ
নাই 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 মই ক'ব লাগিব এই উশাইদেউ ভাৰ মোৰ গাতে যেতিয়া মই ক'ব লাগিব কটা যাম মায়ে কটা যাম মোক তেওঁ সোধাই নেৰে
নকবি কুজি মহাৰাজক তই কথাটো নকবি
নাই নাই মোক সোধাই নেৰিব নহয় মই যাওঁ কিমান ডাঙৰ কথা এটা মই কেনেকৈ লুকুৱাই থ'ম
নহয় কুজি প্ৰথমতে তই মই কোৱাৰ দৰে কামটো কৰ তাক বঢ়াই বুজাই পঠিয়াই দিবি চিত্ৰলেখা থাকোঁতে এনেকুৱা কেনেকৈ হ'বলৈ পালে
তাইনো কথা কি ক'ম এই তাইৰো যুগ আছে তাইৰো যুগ আছে তাইৰো যুগ আছে মই যাম মই মহাৰাজক কথাষাৰ শুনাওঁগৈ
নহয় কুজি তই এই হাড়ডালকে ল তথাপি তই ৰজাক এষাৰ কথা নকবি
হ'ব তেনেহ'লে নকওঁ আৰু নকওঁ ব'লক ব'লক মই গৈ আছোঁ ব'লক কথাষাৰ কওঁতে এই মুকুতাৰ হাড়ডাল পালোঁ ৰজাক ক'লে বা কি কৰে মই জানিছোঁ ৰজাই নিশ্চয়কৈ মোক সতেজৰি কৰিব মাকে মোৰ কপালহে ফুলিছে দেই যাম
From the year 1920 to 1926, Jyoti Prasad got attached to the Ban Rangamancha at Tejpur. Apart from taking part in female characters, he also directed instrumental music. Among the plays in which he acted, Nilambar, Misor Kumari, Shah Jahan, Karnarjun, Jayamati Kuori, Hunit Kuori, Bodon Borfukon and Manordin are most prominent. In the year 1921, Mahatma Gandhi had come to Assam and stayed as a guest at Paramananda Agarwala's Poki at Tejpur. With that opportunity, the 18-year-old Jyoti Prasad had achieved the serene company of Mahatma at his own house. Taking up the manuscript of Hunit Kuori in his hand, Gandhiji had declared, Jyoti's literary talent is much advanced than his age. The company of Mahatma Gandhiji had sown the seeds of freedom struggle in the heart of Jyoti Prasad. However, advising to maintain his literary pursuit, Gandhiji had said, a literator may even be a freedom fighter, but a freedom fighter may not be a literator. Motherland's passionate call had awakened in the heart of Jyoti Prasad an intense desire for freedom struggle. Consequently, immediately after sitting for the entrance examination at the matriculation level, he actively jumped into the freedom movement. He constituted the army of the Swechhasevaks, or the volunteer organization. At that time had started a special movement for the establishment of indigenous schools all over India. Instead of studying at the schools run by the British, the students also got eager to acquire education at national schools founded by their own countrymen. Jyoti Prasad also appeared for his matriculation final examination at the school opened by Chittaranjan Das at Kolkata. Immediately after returning from his exam, Jyoti Prasad actively assisted in the publishing of the Assamese paper Ahomia, which Chandra Kumar Agarwala had started from the year 1918. He had then advised Chandra Kumar Agarwala not to publish advertisements at the front page of the paper and to impart significance in the use of the Assamese letter Ra. After successfully completing the matriculation in the second division, Jyoti Prasad again got admitted to the National College at Kolkata. In 1922, when he was still a student, he got the opportunity to view a Bengali bioscope with Punu Borua. Its name was Adhare Alo. It was then that he had promised to create similar Assamese bioscope. Incidentally, due to the closure of the National College, Jyoti Prasad returned home. Once again, he started assisting the publishing works of Chandra Kumar Agarwala's paper, Ahomia. In 1926, he went abroad for higher education. He took admission at the Edinburgh University. A devotee of his mother, Jyoti Prasad, in his poetic letters from abroad, had written, "Who told you your son is weak, mother? Your son is full of strength." Although he had gone only for higher education, yet in his mind was dancing waves of the substance of a song, ripples of a tune, and the language of expression. To exercise comfortably in music, he began to stay at a secluded room of a rented house belonging to an old lady. The main attraction for him was a piano in that house. One day, he had gone to see the birthplace of William Shakespeare. There, he had realized in such an age, Shakespeare had become famous by doing creative works. Hence, Jyoti Prasad was also determined to complete the incomplete play Rupalim within that night himself. He completed the play and composed the first song in it.
Shajivana Jyoti
higher education remained incomplete. Instead, he went away to Germany to attain knowledge regarding film direction and production. There, he came in touch with engineering students Himanshu Rai, Devika Rani and Niranjan Pal. In the year 1930, when Jyoti Prasad was roaming in places like Germany, France, etc., he noticed and realized while appreciating the display of architecture and sculpture there and expressed that the inherent simplicity of world architecture and the qualities of modern architecture projected by groups of stupas had their ancient expression in the Namghars of Srimanta Honkordev as I had seen. And from a foreign city, I bowed to the great potentials possessed by Assam. During the first half of the year 1931, he had gone to visit the Bordua Hotra and expressed his realization thus. Going to Bordua Hotra and noticing the display of sculpture created upon the pillars of Bordua, I was once again overcome with a sense of amazement. Proceeding inside, I saw that the Thapana was built in cubist design. The instances of art upon it were either resembling impressionist or symbolist representations. The evidences bearing the signature of the achievements of Mahapurush Honkordev made him realize. Constantly, a question kept coming to my mind. Why had I gone abroad for my studies? Whatever I had sought there, I found them all at home upon my return. Then his mind sang. While in the foreign country, the dress attire and the styles of behavior of Jyoti Prasad completely imitated the manners of an English gentleman. However, after noticing the designs of the Bordua Hotra, this false notion of his was destroyed and he confessed. My mind, after acquiring Western education and blinded by the pride and failing to appreciate the immense potentials at my own homeland, had all its pride brought to dust. Expressing his deep reverence for Mahapurush Honkordev, he has said, Srimanta Honkor is a pioneer of our culture. The cultural idealism that he provided us 500 years ago, the name of that culture is Krishna. The grammatical meaning of the word Krishna is Sanskriti or culture. Although with differences in condition, people have to take refuge at the feet of Durga or Kali. Still, the truth much sought by the souls of man is in the form of Krishna, that is, in the form of an artist.
मेरे जीवन की सखा कृष्ण, मेरे जीवन की सखा कृष्ण, तू बाजाओ की सुर वेणु, भाई पे तेरे किसने आग दी इंद्रधनु, इंद्रधनु, मेरे जीवन की सखा कृष्ण, मेरे जीवन की सखा कृष्ण.
Observing the pleasing form of the trees and plants and the tea gardens in the heart of Assam, Jyoti Prasad had written, Heujia, Heujia, Heuji bonote rupor saki, Sahore bagisa nohoy mur deuta, rupore bagisa ase phuli. He jumped into the freedom struggle with the pledge to free his beloved Mother Assam and Mother India from the foreigners. It was decided that on 26 January 1932, the Indian national flag will be hoisted. As the leader of the Seva Dal, Jyoti Prasad made provisions for training. Exercises in the self-composed songs was also done. The members of the Seva Dal took their oath at the Nikamul Hotra at Tejpur and hoisted the flag on that particular day. Jyoti Prasad came to Tejpur. On the very next day he came, the police arrested 50 members belonging to the Seva Dal. About 2 months after this incident, Jyoti Prasad was also arrested. He was kept imprisoned at Shillong and Silchar jails. During his tenure in jail, Jyoti Prasad composed many revolutionary songs. A significant one among them is Ur Ur Ur, Sobore Homane Ur, Aprabhedi Ur, Tini Boronia Bharatore Potaka. Not simply songs alone, with the purpose of making a film, he wrote the screenplay while captured in the jail. He developed that screenplay on the basis of the play Joymoti, written by Lakshminath Bejbarua in 1915 itself. He became ill while in the Silchar jail. Many advised him to get out of the jail by presenting a written promise of medical treatment. However, he refused to do any such thing, for he was bound by the motto, do or die. Passing 15 months in jail with his ill health and only after paying a fine of rupees 500, he came out of the jail in June of 1933. From the middle part of the year 1933, he moved away from the freedom struggle. Thereafter, he started the preliminary arrangements for the film Joymoti. At Bholaguri Tea Estate, he constructed a temporary studio for that purpose. This was the garden established by Gopal Chandra Agarwala in 1918. At the bank of the river Kalanpur Balijan is the Bhola Than. The tea garden established near this Bhola Than was named Bholaguri Tea Estate. During the production of the film Joymoti, Jyoti was the director of the tea garden Bholaguri. He named the temporary studio constructed there Chitrapan. For the film, he collected various things and materials bearing the memory of the Ahom rule from different areas. At that time, the practice of co-acting was not popular. Hence, in search of an actress, he ransacked almost the whole of Assam. At last, he selected Ido Hondikoi for the role of Joymoti. To act as Dalini, Makon Dotto from Betbari, Golaghat was chosen. He named Makon Dotto as Sorgojuti Dotto. In the year 1934, Mahatma Gandhi came to Assam for the second time and again accepted the hospitality at Poki at Tejpur. When Gandhiji learned from the mouth of Jyoti Prasad about the prospected production of a film named Joymoti by Jyoti Prasad, who had acquired the training of film production abroad, he then questioned Jyoti Prasad if the foreigners had taught him the trick of raw film production. Jyoti Prasad then had to remain silent. He had brought the technicians and the cameramen from Lahore in Punjab. He also brought the sound systems from the same place. He got the raw films from Kolkata. At that time, there was not the provision of freezers. Hence, the films had to be brought covered by ice. That ice melted when they were carried in a ship to the Bishwanath Ghat. In this way, through various problems and with great labor, the film Joymoti was shot at the Chitraband studio produced by Chitralekha Movietone. In order to show the scenes at Naga Hills, the shots were taken at the Kharguli Hills of Guwahati. In his return journey to Bholaguri after the shooting at Kharguli, there was with him Phunu Borua, who acted the role of Godapani in the film. Moved by the scene of the water of the Brahmaputra shining with the last rays of the dying sun, Jyoti Prasad composed a song inside the steamer, Lui Tore Pani Jabio Boy. Set to tune immediately, he used the song later in the film. Completing the shooting, he went to Lahore for the editing of the film. During the process of editing, he observed that there had been some faults in the voice recordings. He was then forced to do the dubbings in his own voice. He also did the editing himself. He was helped a great deal in this work by Himanshu Rai. A year after Jyoti Prasad had made Joymoti in 1934, Himanshu Rai made the film Achyut Kanya. Meanwhile, in the year 1936, Pramothesh Borua from Assam had made the famous film Devdas. The first full-length film made in India was Alamara. The exhibition of the first show of the film Joymoti was held at a cinema hall called Ronak Mahal. In that inauguration meeting held on the 10th of March 1935, the President's chair was occupied by Sahityarathy Lakshminath Tejborua. Viewing the first exhibition, Tejborua had said, "It seemed as if I was immersed in an ahum state for 2 hours." The first exhibition of the Joymoti in Assam was on the 20th March 1935 at the Kumar Bhaskar Natya Mandir at Guwahati. The name Kumar Bhaskar Natya Mandir was given by Jyoti Prasad himself. The former name was Kamrup Natya Committee Monsa. Next, with the aid of a mobile unit, the exhibition of the film Joymoti at various places was made possible. However, in the business, there was no monetary profit, and even the 50,000 he had spent in the production of the film was not recovered. Yet, the film remains a historical treasure in the film industry and the cultural life of Assam. Under the presidentship of Bihogi Kobi Raghunath Chaudhary, the annual session of Ahom Sahitya Sabha was held at Tejpur. The president of the music wing of that session was Jyoti Prasad. With his effort, the 10-year-old Bhupen Hazarika presented a song composed and set to tune by Jyoti Prasad. In 1936, Jyoti Prasad had accepted Debojani Bhuiya as his life partner. He did not distribute letters of invitation for his marriage. Instead, he distributed keteki flowers. In the same year 1936, Jyoti Prasad, in association with Kalaguru Bishnu Prasad Rabha, recorded the plays Joymoti and Hunit Kuori at the Senola Recording Company. The songs in female voice were sung by the child artist Bhupen Hazarika. Accompanying him was Notahujja Phani Horma. In 1937, he constructed within a month a cinema hall very near to the house Poki at Tejpur. The reference of the construction was his own. He named it Junaki. The Jayashri Hall at Nagaon, which taken for rent at first, was later bought. On the other hand, due to technical problems and also the torture by British government, the Junaki Hall was closed from 1940. However, by taking a new machine for rent, his brother Hridayananda Agarwala opened the hall again from 20th June of 1941. The years 1939-1940. On one side was the World War, and on the other were the preparations for the freedom struggle. An explosive atmosphere all over the country. Lover of his motherland, the thoughts of making a film based on the freedom movement came to the mind of Jyoti Prasad. However, he developed the screenplay of a film named Indra Maluti. He completed the shooting within a mere 13 days. The child Bhupen Hazarika acted in the role of a cowherd boy. The song Biswa Bijoy Naujawan was sung. With the cost of only 18,000 rupees, Indra Maluti was completed. From the year 1941, started under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, the Satyagraha movement. Jyoti Prasad got actively associated with the movement. He also formed a group of cavalry soldiers, raised the gun in his hand. He announced that violence is the last outcome of human culture. He also said, if required, we have to go to the end of battery and ammunition. In order to escape from the clutch of the British police, Jyoti Prasad had run away to Kolkata in 1942. There, he remained absconding in the house of the brother of his wife, Debojani. The house of Jadav Chaliha was also like a foreign commission at that time for the freedom fighters. Lakshmi Prasad Goswami, Shankar Borwa, Subodh Hazarika, Lakshadhar Chaudhary all got assembled there. Leaders such as Jai Prakash Narayan, Aruna Asaf Ali, Achyut Patwardhan held secret meetings there. Aruna Asaf Ali, commenting on Jyoti Prasad, said, "He is a revolutionary poet, not a revolutionary politician." In the words of Achyut Patwardhan, "He is a Nazrul, then a Subhash." While he was absconding in Kolkata, he composed many songs and poems of struggle with his weak health. Just as revolutionary poet Nazrul awakened the countrymen by composing Agni Beena, in the same way at the banks of Borluet, Jyoti Prasad also composed Luitor Paror Ognihur. The idealism of Jyoti Prasad, who made songs and poems the tools of the struggle, was like that of Nazrul and not like that of Netaji Subhash. The absconding group revealed themselves in 1943 with instruction from Mahatma Gandhi. Jyoti Prasad also returned from Kolkata in the August of 1940 and surrendered before the Deputy Commissioner of the Darang district. Jyoti Prasad then made the necessary arrangements in 1944 for the publication of the paper Ahomia, which had stopped. He himself assumed the responsibilities of the editorship. In 1944, started the period of the preparations for the establishment of the Guwahati University. Jyoti Prasad also took a leading role. He also put forward new suggestions for the construction of the buildings. He himself drew some diagrams in order to construct the houses based on Assamese architectural designs. He presented these diagrams in the hands of Gopinath Bordoloi. From 1945, Jyoti Prasad had accepted the responsibilities of the Tamulbari Tea Gardens. He started to stay there from then. Although being the owner, Jyoti Prasad was sympathetic towards the labourers. For the welfare of the workers at the estate, he had clubs constructed, bought radios for them, and even established schools for them. And he had his own children admitted in that school to acquire education along with the children of the labourers. There, he created the plan for a Panchayati Raj in Assam. He named it Hopta Panchayati Raj. Later, only about 1945, with the idealism shown by the Bharatiya Gana Natya Sangha, there was formed the Surma Valley Cultural Squad at Sylhet in the Cachar district, which was a squad constituted by cultural workers. In its leadership was Hemanga Bishwas. Under his leadership, this squad started a cultural expedition in the April and May of 1946, covering the whole of Assam. This expedition was named Rokte Rin. In the meantime, in the years 1946-47, at Guwahati, Shillong, Dibrugarh, Jorhat, Nagaon, etc., single branches of the Gananatya Sangha were formed. In the year 1947 was staged for the first time a new play by Jyoti Prasad entitled Lovita. The play was produced by the Dibrugarh Dramatic Art Players.
अच्छा अच्छा तो आप कौन है? मैं तो डॉक्टर हूँ। अच्छा अच्छा तो अभी आप लोगों के बात समझाने के लिए आप लोगों के देश के लेफ्टिनेंट बड़ुआ साहब आएंगे। जी मेरी अर्ज यही है कि आप लोग बात सुनकर हमारे आजाद हिंद फौज तथा नेताजी की मदद करके हमारे सोने के हिंदुस्तान को आजाद करने के लिए तैयार हो जाएंगे।
তোমালোকে লাষ্ট টাইম কিমান দিনৰ পৰা কৰিছা?
ধৰা পৰা 3 মাহ আগৰে পৰা।
তোমালোকে যুদ্ধৰ কামত কেনেকৈ আহিব পালা?
বহুতো অসমীয়া ছোৱালী এই কামত ভৰ্তি হৈছে ময়ো
After the independence in 1947, Jyoti Prasad Agarwala gave his comment. My heart goes with the Congress workers who are never hesitant about sacrifice and obeyed every instruction. There is something wrong in the state of Denmark. Freedom is not coming with independence. Because, he again said, moral degradation and corruption has overshadowed the independence with blood and tears of the freedom fighters. Not only Jyoti Prasad and Bishnu Rabha, but also their main disciple Bhupen Hazarika also became one main functionary of IPTA. In 1948, he was the president of Hilpi Hongha, first convention held in Sibsagar, and Hilpir Prithivi was the name of his speech script. Through this speech, he introduced the theory of Tribhuj Tattva. He became helpless when his wife Devojani expired in 1949. Among the labours of Tamulbari Garden, this satisfaction had been seen. Further, due to financial crisis, he became helpless. After the death of his wife, the two sons stayed with their uncle Hridayananda Agarwala and his daughters with his brother Kamala Prasad Agarwala and sister Annapurna. In 1949, Jyoti Prasad was in Tamulbari, where he decided to make a print of Joy Moti, avoiding the faults from the previous prints. With his brother Hridayananda, he decided to take Fani Sharma and Bharat Barpujari with him to Kolkata. For the editing of the film, they worked hard, sometimes up to 12 hours. Thus, after hard labor, he released Joymoti. After coming from Kolkata, he went to Tamulbari, but he was not comfortable there due to his illness. Finally, he came to Tejpur with his daughter and his sons. After arriving in Tejpur, his health condition became more serious. He was taken to Guwahati on October 1950. According to the advice of Dr. Bhubeneshwar Borua, he was admitted in the Mission Hospital, Shillong, and was accompanied by his brother and his daughter-in-law. His treatment continued for 3 months under Dr. Hughes. On January 1951, he was taken back to Poki, Tejpur. On 17th January, he asked to open the window in search of light. Devotional works, prayers were held in his house for the day long. To express by the words of Jyoti Prasad,
हे मृत्यु नमस्कार, अश्रुजल से तेरी पूजा की आरती इतनी दूती कर, अंधेरे के उस पार जले प्रकाश का देश, तेरे देश जाने के लिए किसने पहने नए वेश?
Fighting for ruining the darkness of society, flow the current of light until that, Jyoti Prasad went out towards the world of eternal lights forever at 3:25 p.m. on 17th January 1951, wearing a new dress, keeping a great deal of his incomparable life, leaving his uncountable memories, his creations like songs and poems. Through drama and cinema, he brought a new revolution of modernization of Assamese literature as well as art and culture, converted the nationalistic feelings to world humanity. That is why Jyoti Prasad is still alive among the public as an artist of the public.